I'm Mark, 42, former Army Staff Sergeant, 12 years active duty, 2 deployments in Iraq, 1 in Afghanistan. These days I work civilian contract security in Houston, private sector, lower risk, better pay. I've been away 3 weeks on a short assignment in New Mexico. That Friday, I landed just before sunset, tired as hell and honestly looking forward to nothing more than a long shower and sleeping in my own bed next to my wife. Her name's Alicia. We've been married 10 years, together for 12. She used to be a nurse, but lately she's been working remotely doing telehealth consulting. We don't have kids, mutual decision, though lately I'd started wondering if it was really mutual for her. She stopped talking about starting a family a couple years ago. Said she liked our freedom. Fair enough. Our relationship wasn't perfect, but it was solid. Or so I thought. That night at the airport, I called her 3 times. No answer. I texted, just a simple, landed, see you soon. No reply. Not like her, but maybe she fell asleep. I didn't overthink it. I grabbed a cab, figuring I'd surprise her. The driver was a younger guy, mid-20s, quiet. His phone was mounted on the dash, and about halfway through the ride, a notification popped up. Some kind of voice message. He clicked it without hesitation, probably forgetting he had a passenger. It was a woman's voice. I froze. My skin prickled like ice water had been poured down my back. I knew that voice. I'd spent 10 years falling asleep to that voice, laughing with it, fighting with it, loving it. It was Alicia. "Last night was wild," she said, laughing between words. "I still can't believe we pulled that off. I swear, even 2 of you couldn't keep up." I didn't breathe. I couldn't. "Tell Marcus he better not ghost me, you 2 Devon. I'll be thinking about both of you tonight. Maybe next time we try 3. The driver chuckled and mumbled something like crazy chick. I leaned forward, cold and calm. "Play that again," I said. He jumped, startled. "Man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to play it again." He did. The message played again. Same voice, same words, same damn woman I married. I sat back, heart hammering, but face like stone. I didn't say a word the rest of the ride. Didn't text her again. When we pulled up outside my house, I paid in cash and told the driver to delete that message if he knew what was good for him. He looked rattled. I didn't care. The porch light was on. Her car was in the driveway. Inside, the house looked exactly the same. Neat. Silent. Like nothing had changed. Like I didn't just hear my whole marriage implode over a stranger's speakerphone. I didn't confront her that night. I didn't say a word. Just crawled into bed beside her, like everything was fine. But my eyes didn't close once. I lay there all night, staring at the ceiling, planning. The next morning, she acted normal. Too normal. She stretched, kissed my cheek, asked if I wanted pancakes or eggs. I watched her move around the kitchen in that old college t-shirt she always slept in. My shirt, actually, and wondered how many other men had watched her in it too. She didn't mention missing my calls, didn't ask about my trip. Just talked about errands she had to run, laundry, groceries. I played along, smiled, nodded, made coffee. I was watching a stranger in my home, and she had no idea. Around noon, she said she needed to run out for a bit, probably to meet one of them, I thought. Marcus? Devon? I told her I was going to lie down, still tired from the flight. The second the door closed behind her, I got to work. I started with her laptop. Password was the same as always, the name of her high school dog. Within 5 minutes, I was deep in her email. Nothing obvious at first, but the trash folder told a different story. A few days back. Subject: can't stop thinking about Saturday. Another: you were right about him never suspecting. She deleted most of the threads, but didn't realize deleted doesn't mean gone. I found names, dates, an old invite to some rooftop bar I didn't even know she'd ever been to. That led me to her Uber history. 3 nights ago, pickup at our house, drop off at an address I didn't recognize. I Googled it. Condo building, downtown. I copied the address. Something inside me was boiling over, but I wasn't ready to explode. Not yet. I needed to know more. Needed proof. Not just for me, but because when I hit back, I wanted it to burn. That night, she came home like nothing happened, watched a movie on the couch, fell asleep against my arm. I watched her breathe, still pretending, and made a quiet vow. She would never see it coming. 2 days later, I told her I was going to meet an old army buddy for drinks. She smiled, told me to have fun, kissed me like we were still us. Instead of going out, I waited 5 minutes, then grabbed my keys and tailed her. She left the house 10 minutes after me. No hesitation. She was in a short dress, full makeup, way more done up than usual for a Target run. I followed from 2 cars back. My hands were sweating, my heart punching my ribs. She drove straight downtown, parked 2 blocks from that condo building I'd looked up. I pulled over, killed the engine, watched her walk like she owned the night. She rang the buzzer, waited, and when the door opened, there they were. 2 men. One of them kissed her, not on the cheek, full mouth. She laughed, hugged the other. They disappeared inside. I sat there stunned. I knew, but seeing it made it real in a way nothing else had. I waited over an hour, then drove home in silence. I didn't sleep that night. I didn't rage. I didn't cry. I planned. The next morning, I ordered a hidden cam online, one that looked like a smoke detector, overnight shipping. I was calm, too calm, like before a mission. She didn't notice a thing. A few days later, I told her I'd gotten called in for some National Guard paperwork. She barely looked up. That's when I installed it, in the bedroom, facing the bed, high enough she'd never see. And I waited.
3 days passed. She acted like the perfect wife. Dinners made, laundry folded, even surprised me with takeout one night. But her phone stayed glued to her side. I pretended not to notice, told her I was stressed, distracted. She suggested I go to the gym more, blow off some steam. I smiled, said I'd think about it. That Friday, I told her I'd drive out to the base early for drills and crash in the barracks overnight. Kissed her goodbye, told her I loved her. She said it back without blinking. I parked my car 2 blocks away and walked home under cover of darkness like I'd done 100 times on deployment. At 10:42 p.m., I got the alert on my phone. Motion detected. Bedroom cam. I held my breath and opened the feed. She wasn't alone. 2 men again. One I recognized, Devin. The other was new, older, bald. She greeted them both in that same old robe I bought her on our 2nd anniversary. They weren't even subtle. Clothes hit the floor in minutes. Laughing, kissing, like it was a damn celebration. I watched every second, jaw locked, chest hollow. They used our bed, my side, my pillow. When it was over, they joked about next weekend. One of them slapped her ass on the way out. She looked satisfied, like she just cleaned the house. I didn't move for a full hour. Just sat in the dark, phone in hand, screen frozen. The worst part? She never once looked guilty, not for a second. Like this was normal. Like this was her. I didn't know this woman, but I was about to introduce her to a version of me she had never met.
The next morning, I came home right on time, fresh coffee in hand, playing the role. She was in the kitchen, like always, humming to herself like nothing had happened. She looked at me, said, "You're up early. How was the base?" I smiled and said, "Quiet, paperwork stuff, boring." She didn't suspect a thing. I sat across from her, sipping coffee. imagining the two bodies that had been all over her the night before, their sweat still probably in our sheets. I could smell her perfume, the same one she wore last night in that video. I pictured her moaning, laughing, opening herself to them like I didn't even exist. I thought about saying something right then, slamming my phone on the table and hitting play. But it was too soon. I needed this to be clean, total. I waited 2 more days. On Sunday, while she was in the shower, I swapped her phone's backup settings, enabled cloud syncing without her knowing. Every message, every pic, every call would come to me now. I had evidence already, but I wanted everything. And it came fast. Texts from Devin. From the bald guy, his name was Trevor. He called her princess. She called him daddy. I almost threw my phone. They had dates set, plans for the next week, even a goddamn group chat. She sent them photos, nude selfies taken in our bathroom. I recognized the towels. One text from Devin read, "Damn, you're built for this. You sure your husband's not catching on?" She replied, "Please, he's military, always in his head. He wouldn't see it coming if I screwed you both on the roof." My jaw clenched so hard I thought my teeth might crack. I scrolled, reading months of this filth, and all I could think was, she really believed I wouldn't find out, that I was some dumb, distracted soldier who'd never notice her lies. But I had all the proof I needed, and now I was going to burn her whole world down. Not with violence, not with yelling, with precision, patience, ruthlessness, the kind you only learn in war.